Have you ever had one of those uncomfortable conversations about money with your partner? Maybe an argument over an unplanned expense, a maxed-out credit card, or even that heavy silence after an impulsive purchase. If so, you're not alone. Many couples go through similar situations. Money, although it seems like a practical topic, is filled with emotion. Love, fear, frustration, insecurity, pride, all of it comes into play when we talk about finances in a relationship. Picture this: a couple deeply in love, but every time they sit down to talk about money, they walk away more distant than before. They don't quite understand why. After all, both want the best for their shared future. But still, they disagree on how to use money, who should manage it, and what feels fair. Sound familiar? The truth is, the problem is rarely about money itself. The real issue lies in how we emotionally relate to it, how each person learned about money in childhood, the fears they carry, the dreams they want to fulfill. All of this affects every choice, every reaction. This video is an invitation to look at money differently. We're talking about love, yes, but also about psychology, behavior, and real strategies for improving your financial life as a couple. Because maybe love doesn't cost that much. Maybe what is truly costly is not understanding what is behind your financial decisions as a couple. Money is rarely just money. For most of us, it represents safety, freedom, power, love, or even approval. That's why in romantic relationships, it can become a minefield, and we're often unaware of where the dangers lie. Behavioral economics shows that our financial decisions are largely emotional. We spend to ease anxiety, we buy to compensate for frustration, or we avoid budgeting because we're scared to face reality. And in a relationship, these emotions intertwine, creating complex dynamics. Think of someone who grew up in a home where money was always tight. That person might become overly controlling with finances, afraid to spend a single dollar, or, on the flip side, might develop a shopping habit as a way to feel in control. Now, imagine they marry someone who never had to worry about money, who believes everything works out. Conflict becomes almost inevitable. What's more, most couples don't even realize where these behaviors come from. There's a lack of awareness, a lack of listening, and a lack of empathy. Understanding that money is an emotional symbol is the first step to transforming your relationship with it. And most importantly, transforming how couples deal with their finances. So instead of asking, how much do we have in the bank? The question becomes, what does money mean to us? Every couple has their differences, and financial behavior is often the most obvious one. Some people save every penny, others don't hesitate to finance a new TV in 12 installments. But is this just habit, or does it reveal something deeper? Let's talk about financial profiles. Some of the most common types include the saver, finds comfort in seeing money saved, struggles to spend, even on necessities. The emotional spender, shops to feel better, relieve stress, or reward themselves. The controller, wants to manage every detail of the finances, resistant to shared decisions. The carefree, believes things will work out, has trouble planning ahead. Each of these profiles comes with challenges, but when mixed in a relationship, they create whole scripts for conflict. The saver sees the spender as irresponsible, the controller clashes with the carefree partner, and the cycle repeats. The solution isn't to change the other person. It's to recognize your own profile, understand each other's patterns, and work toward balance. It's entirely possible to build bridges when both people know where they're coming from. Financial self-awareness is one of the most powerful tools for harmony in a relationship. Do you remember how your family handled money when you were a child? That memory may seem far off, but it deeply shapes your current beliefs and behaviors. Each person carries a financial, emotional backpack full of experiences, traumas, fears, and internalized messages. Phrases like, money doesn't grow on trees, rich people are greedy, or "If you love me, you'll pay for everything," get lodged in our subconscious, and later they influence our relationships. When two people come together, those beliefs show up, even if invisibly. One partner might think expensive gifts equal love. The other might see them as wasteful. One seeks security, the other lives for the moment. These tensions can only be eased with awareness. That is why couples need to talk about the past, about how they were taught to think about money, not to judge, but to understand. Understanding your partner's story is a mature act of love. After all, you can only build a solid future when you know what's coming from your past. Many couples avoid talking about money. Sometimes it's out of fear of arguments, other times it's shame, pride, or just not knowing how to begin. But this silence can be more dangerous than any impulse purchase. Healthy financial communication is more than splitting bills. It's about creating a safe space where both partners can express fears, hopes, and questions without judgment. A common mistake is only talking about money when there's a crisis. The key is the opposite. Talk beforehand, calmly, with planning and active listening. Here's a simple tip. Set a couples meeting each month. Add some coffee and music to keep the mood light. The goal isn't to nag, it's to align. Talk about goals, review expenses, celebrate wins, and adjust what's needed. Try this conversation roadmap. Start with a soft question. How did you feel about our finances this month? Share one win and one mistake, without blame. Talk about a shared goal, a trip, a big purchase, a savings target. Make simple, clear agreements for the next month. Money can't be a taboo. When a couple learns to talk openly about finances, they build a foundation of trust that benefits every area of the relationship. Financial agreements aren't cold contracts. They're declarations of partnership. Creating rules together is a form of mutual respect, not control. The first step is understanding that every couple is different. There's no universal formula. Some split costs 50-50, others based on income. Some have a joint account with separate freedom funds. What matters is what works for both of you. Healthy agreements have three pillars. Clarity. Both partners know what's earned, spent, and saved. Transparency. No financial secrets. Flexibility. The agreement can and should evolve over time. Setting shared goals also strengthens the bond. Buying a home, going on a trip, investing in the kids' education. Having a common purpose turns money into a tool, not a threat. When both partners feel they're building the same project, financial decisions stop being a battlefield and start becoming opportunities for growth. More than paying bills or avoiding debt, money can be a bridge to your dreams. But to walk across it together, couples must look in the same direction. Aligning values is crucial. What matters most to you both? Stability, freedom, family time, career growth? Your financial plan should reflect these values. Creating a life plan together is more inspiring than just making a budget. When each financial choice connects to a bigger purpose, it makes sense. Sacrifices even feel meaningful. Money doesn't have to divide. It can connect. As long as it's used with awareness, communication, and shared vision. Love itself isn't expensive. But it does require listening, maturity, and conscious choices. And when money enters the relationship without emotional clarity, that's when it gets costly. So here's a simple proposal. Why not start a conversation today? Not about spreadsheets or bills, but about what money means to each of you. Maybe the most valuable investment you can make together isn't financial, it's emotional. Love and money can walk hand in hand, as long as the path is paved with truth.